Today, my message title is God establishes Joshua as a Moses' successor. Joshua 1:6, be strong and courageous, because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swore to their forefathers to give them. In today's passage, God established General Joshua as Moses' successor. When we look back on the story of Moses, the servant of God, we want to be as great general as Moses. When we look back on the story of Moses, the servant of God, we want to be as humble as Moses, whose humbleness covered the face of the earth. Moreover, when we look back on how God uses Moses, the servant of God, it is very tearful to think about. God chose Moses when he was in the most fatalistic situation. God, in His great mercy, let him live in the palace of the Egyptian empire as the son of Pharaoh's daughter. God trained him as a noble prince for 40 years. All of a sudden, God brought him to the wilderness because of a tragic event of killing an Egyptian siding with the Hebrews. There God trained him in humbleness. As a result, he became a man of few words. In addition, God made him a shepherd of sheep for Jethro the priest. There he had shepherded faithfully in great loneliness. In the wilderness, God gave him humbleness training so that he might be a leader of 600,000 Israelites who were still under the bondage of slavery in the Egyptian empire. Finally, God called him through the burning bush. God told him the mission he had to carry out. It was to liberate his people Israel from the yoke of the Egyptian empire and to lead them to the entrance of the promised land. Moses might have thought he would set his foot in the promised land, but God was very clear. Because he sinned against God by striking the rock with his step 2 times in anger, he did not reveal God's glory to his people, so he was disqualified to enter the promised land. This story is repeated in several places in the Bible, but it was not really because of his failure, but because he had fulfilled his mission. He brought the people out from the hand of King Pharaoh and gave them daily bread training for 40 years in the wilderness. After that, Moses brought his people to the mouth of the promised land. In this way, Moses has fulfilled God's mission. Now God is going to establish a successor of Moses. Moses chose General Joshua as his successor and gave him instructions on how to be leader of his people. First, God gives Joshua several instructions as a leader. Look at verses 1 and 2. After the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord said to Joshua, son of Nun, Moses' eyed, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now then, you and all these people get ready to cross the Jordan River into the land I am about to give to them, to the Israelites. These verses are implication that as Moses crossed the Red Sea as on dry land, so his people under General Joshua's leadership will cross the Jordan River as their fathers crossed the Red Sea by faith. These verses also imply that God would not give them the promised land free of charge. They must cross the Jordan River, where the enemies made their defense line. In short, Joshua, the successor of Moses, must fight and conquer the promised land. From God's point of view, the promised land was the promised land, but it would not be given without any cost. They had to conquer and drive out all the inhabitants of all kinds and take possession of the land. The territory of the promised land was not a small one. It was a vast land with over 50 tribes of people. Look at verses 3 through 5. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. Your territory will extend from the desert to Lebanon, and from the great river, the Euphrates, all the Hittite country, to the great sea on the west. No one will be able to stand up against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you, nor forsake you. The people of Israel were not strong enough to fight against so many enemy countries and defeat them. But it was possible when their leader was strong and courageous. Second, be strong and courageous. In verse 6, God said to General Joshua, be strong and courageous, because you will lead these people to inherit the land I swear to their forefathers to give them. At the beginning, verse 7, God said to Joshua, be strong and very courageous. Here we have to think about what it means to be strong and courageous. The first condition of being a leader is a strong courage. Without strong courage, no one can be a leader. Biblically speaking, be strong and courageous means to have a great courage by having an absolute love of God in the heart. It sounds unreasonable. When we love God with our whole strength, God gives us unquestionable courage and wisdom. Paul was not afraid of misunderstanding from his people and trial and imprisonment. We don't know how he died because there is no legend about his death. But it is very sure that he was martyred. Paul was not afraid of martyrdom because he was courageous in the love of God. Love of God changes a man. Love of God changes the world. Love of God changes all the weaklings and lazy people and physical people. When we study Luke's Gospel, we see the baby in manger. The baby in a manger is revelation of God's love for all mankind. God gave His one and only Son as a ransom sacrifice for the sin of the world. Here we see that true courage comes from the love of God. The love of God comes when we obey the word of God. Look at verse 7. Be strong and very courageous. Human wisdom has a great limit. Time magazine chose as man of the century Albert Einstein. It is ironic that once America despised Jews, but honored the Jew as the man of the century. Einstein was Jewish and he lived in Germany. But he didn't like Hitler killing his people. So he came to America and disclosed the formula of making atomic bombs. Of course, he's very famous because of his theory of relativity. He was chosen as the man of the century in America because he contributed the formula of making atomic bombs to the US government. However, when we read about Einstein, we find that he concentrated so much on his work and he did not even know when his wife left him. His eyesight was very weak, so he used a magnifying glass to read something. Finally, he said, "The secret of this world is that it is made by God." But he did not have a space in his heart to have God or to love God. He was indeed a great man. One who knows the love of God should have adopted him so that he might have learned the love of God. Then Einstein could have had rest in his soul. Einstein could have had the peace of God in his soul. Einstein could have had the love of God which compels him to love his wife. And he could have had several kids around him. We must see everything from God's word point of view. We are going to keep the word of God. We confront the cultural difference and the philosophy of modern people and the obsession of young people in this generation. We can come to the conclusion that without God's help we cannot be strong and courageous men. It is true, God is almighty. God created the heavens and the earth. God gave each of us his life to live in this world for a certain amount of time and no more. God is the source of power. That God is source of love. God's power is God's love. A true leader is a man of God who has God's power and God's love in himself. Amen.